multi-million-dollar builds, innovative designs, and strange concepts. Here are the top 15 most amazing tree houses ever built. Number 15. The Piantata Black Cabin. Set on a beautiful Italian farm in the heart of Tuscany, the Black Cabin at La Piantata overlooks rolling hills of lavender and olive orchards from the perch of a 200-year-old maritime pine tree. The gorgeously decorated ultra-luxe cabin even has a giant swimming pool below. The bed and breakfast hotel Treehouse has 4 double rooms, 3 apartments, 2 tree houses, and a new spa suite. A Piantata organic farm is available for rent as a film set or for public and private events like wedding parties, receptions, and company conventions with up to 35 invited guests. Surrounded by 12 hectares of lavender hills, Sweet Blue offers spectacular views that can be enjoyed from an outdoor terrace. Despite its rustic appearance, the 144-square-foot treehouse offers luxury accommodations, from its 4-poster double bed and spacious bathroom to a stock fridge with champagne, sparkling wine, and more. The treehouse is accessible via a spiral staircase. Farmhouse La Piantata also offers other accommodation options, including the 87-square-meter black cabin raised on stilts. You can book a night at the treehouse on the La Piantata website. Number 14. Saraii Village. A combination of mud chalets and tree houses that vary in size, Saraii Village is nestled in the Yala region of Sri Lanka. These tree houses tower at 25 feet above the ground and can accommodate up to 8 guests in case you're traveling with a crew. Leopard safaris, pottery classes, aviary afternoons, visits to the local markets, and creatures of the night safaris are just a few things to check off your to-do list at this adventure haven. Saraii Village is an eco-tourism resort in the south of Sri Lanka, built for responsible travelers to experience the true essence of Sri Lankan life while giving back to the community and the planet. Saraii means essence, and this unique immersive concept allows visitors to experience authentic Sri Lankan life to the fullest. Saraii is the brainchild of its founder, Charitha, a dynamic Fulbright scholar armed with a knowledge of global social sustainable enterprises. Her passionate determination to explore sustainable tourism and share in the intricacies of her motherland with the world led her to create what has become one of the most discerning eco-hotel concepts in the country. Number 13. Playa Viva. Built with a focus on sustainability, the 8 suites at this Mexican resort sits on stilts above the white sandy beach below. This treehouse is suspended in palm trees as living piers, raised 6 feet above the ground. The room is outfitted with a king-size bed, private bathroom, unobstructed ocean view, and a small lounge area with in-floor hammock. Plus, there's an additional day bed located in the bathhouse. The private bathroom located in the bathhouse is down a set of stairs from the main perch. Talk about luxury. The treehouse sits on property nearly 200 acres in size and includes an estuary, an Aztec archaeological site, a turtle sanctuary, and a coastal forest and mangrove ecosystem, which supports an array of stunning wildlife. On that vast patch of picturesque land, there's room for a variety of activities, from hiking to scuba diving, to deep-sea fishing to birdwatching and kayaking. Or you can join in on Pilates classes or volunteer at the local turtle sanctuary. You know, if you fancy a more activity-packed holiday instead of laid-back lounging. Number 12. Kimala. These treetop villas are a luxury lover's dream, with plunge pools in the treetops and sunny balconies that look out onto the rainforests of Phuket. Kimala is just as impressive for honeymooners as it is for adventurers. Featuring 2 floors, these spacious villas are complete with a private pool, upper-level master bedroom, and a large lounge and dining area on the lower level. The interior of the 7-tree pool houses incorporates suspended furniture and cocoon-like beds and loungers. The treehouse offers rainforest and resort views and includes a spacious bathroom with a monsoon shower, outside shower, guest washroom, and standalone bathtub. The villa size is 550 square feet and includes a pool and upper outdoor relaxation space adjoining the master bedroom. Included in some of these packages are experiences such as massage, custom meals cooked by professional chefs, meditation ceremonies, and nature walks filled with expansive views you'd struggle to find anywhere else. Number 11. Lupesina Treesort. Soak up the peaceful Samoan sunshine at the Lupesina Treesort. With panoramic views of Upolu, birdwatching and relaxation are the keys to enjoying this treetop paradise. Number 10. Burning Man Steampunk Treehouse. Burning Man has given the world a lot of awesome things, but it tends to burn those things at the end of each festival. Mercifully, the awesome steampunk treehouse created by Sean Orlando and Kinetic Steamworks for the 2007 festival was relocated to the Dogfish Head Brewery in Milton, Delaware, where it'll stay permanently. It began life as an art project for the popular urban punk modern primitive corporate sponsorship desert freakout that is Burning Man. But after traveling around for a bit, the massive metal Arbor abode finally found a permanent home outside of a Delaware brewery. Created in 2007 by artist Sean Orlando and 5-Ton Crane Collective, the angular treehouse is more than your basic playhouse. The installation actually consists of a 40-foot tree made of welded girders and plates, craggy branches reaching up over the hut resting atop its trunk. The house itself is a smallish room made of wood and steel, accented by clockwork components, such as windows that open via contracting iris mechanisms. Number 9. Beach Rock Treehouse. This bizarre treehouse in Beach Rock Village in Okinawa, Japan, was built by Kobayashi Takashi, with the intention of communicating with beings from outer space. Not only is the Beach Rock Treehouse one of the most impressive treehouse structures in the world, but it's also one of the highest. Described as a plexiglass portal on the world, the Beach Rock Treehouse is perched right at the top of a tree in the Beach Rock Resort in Okinawa, Japan. Designed by Kobayashi Takashi, a former clothing buyer and now one of Japan's leading treehouse designers, this treehouse was built back in 2005 with the express purpose of communicating with the space outside and offering travelers a respite from the urban bustle of the city. The treehouse is only accessible by a set of stairs, and at halfway of their climbing, visitors can stop on a wooden platform and have a view on the surroundings before climbing a long ladder to the treehouse itself. Because this treehouse is covered with mirrored plexiglass that reflects nature and the colors outside, the atmosphere inside the treehouse evolves as the day goes by, changing color in the process and ensuring that the same house won't be the same 2 hours in a row. We're constantly adding more people to the Top 5's production team to bring you all the best content. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on and hit the like button. Number 8. Snøhetta. A traditional Nordic cabin on stilts, the 7th room by Snøhetta is a part of Sweden's renowned Tree Hotel. With a north-facing window that spans from floor to ceiling, you might even have a chance of spotting the Aurora Borealis if conditions are right during your stay. Set 10 meters above the forest floor in the crown of a tall pine tree and supported by 12 columns, the 7th room provides views out over Swedish Lapland, to the Lule River and of the Aurora Borealis. It is one of 6 cabins that makes up the Tree Hotel, a collection of guest suites all contained within treehouses. A staircase brings guests from the ground and up into the cabin, along with a small lift for transporting luggage. Built as a traditional Nordic cabin, the wooden facade is clad with pine boards. The surface is burnt to create a dark and maintenance-free facade. The indoor flooring is made from ash wood, while birch plywood is used for the interior walls. With complementing light wooden furniture, the interior makes up a blonde Nordic contrast to the dark exterior. The base of the structure is covered by a huge sheet of aluminum printed with a black and white image of trees, helping to camouflage it within the forest. The architect describes this as the cabin's 6th facade. Number 7. Free Spirit Spheres. The Free Spirit Spheres are a marriage of treehouse and sailboat technology. Wooden spheres are built much like a cedar strip canoe or kayak. Suspension points are similar to the chain plate attachments on a sailboat. Externally, the spherical nut shape is certainly well adapted to life in the forest. The suspension ropes, which stretch, also absorb some of the force. The suspension concept also reflects biomimicry. The network of web ropes used to tether the sphere vertically and laterally function much like a spiderweb, further lending these Free Spirit Spheres to their ethos as being part of the landscape. A suspended sphere is tethered by 3 nearly vertical ropes to strong points on each of the 3 separate trees. It can be slung from 5 to 100 feet off the ground, depending on the size of the trees. Number 6. The 4 Treehouse. The 4 Treehouse, designed by Lukas Koss, was constructed in Lake Muskoka, Ontario, Canada, around the base of 4 existing trees, rather than stretching between them. The project was an exercising in minimizing impact to the trees, site, and nature itself. A swing was suspended from the 4 trees, forming the structural foundation for the treehouse. The result is a delicate balance between the slat wall enclosure and the swaying trees. The tall, tube-like structure allows for visitors to ascend up along with the trees. The treehouse lattice-like skin acts as a tree canopy, filtering sunlight in the interior spaces. At night, the treehouse takes on a cocoon-like quality when the lit skin transforms the surface into a lantern suspended from the forest. Number 5. Yellow Treehouse Restaurant. How do you make running a restaurant even harder than it already is? You put it in a tree, of course. The Yellow Treehouse Restaurant in Auckland, New Zealand was always going to be a challenge to build into an effective business establishment. The selected site and tree had to meet a myriad of functional requirements: 18 seated people and waiting staff in relative comfort, complete with a bar, gaining correct camera angles with associated light qualities for filming the adverts, webcam and stills, have unobstructed views into the valley and entrance to the site, and structural soundness. The final selected tree is one of the larger trees on the site and sits above the steep part of the site, which accentuates the tree's height. Kitchen, catering facilities, and toilets are at ground level. It sits almost 32 feet wide and over 39 feet high, with the split-level floor sitting 32 feet off the ground. Timber trusses form the main structure. The curved fins are glue-laminated pine. Plantation poplar has been used for the slats, and redwood milled from the site used in the walkway balustrading. Openings are formed for windows by leaving spaces between the slats and fins. That keeps the overall form, yet affords a variety of openness for the views and light, and closes down towards the rear. It's designed to be weather-resistant using acrylic sheeting fixed to the roof under the fins with a vertical roll-down cafe-style blind within them. Lighting is an important architectural component, enhancing and changing the mood, with discrete lighting within the walkway and uplighting within the treehouse. This is the Treehouse Club any aspiring kid chef will wish they could have. Number 4. Tetsu Treehouse. The Wonder Treehouse, located in Hokuto, Japan, is a one-of-a-kind treehouse in the world. Placed right amidst the cherry blossom trees, the Tetsu Treehouse stands on a single cypress trunk, with a pink hue of awesomeness all around. Designed by Terunobu Fujimori, the charming treehouse is actually a Japanese tea house that was built specifically for enjoying the cherry blossoms in full bloom. Fujimori designed the unique one-legged structure to be sturdy enough to sway with the tree during stormy weather and through earthquakes. The interior of this tea treehouse is simple and modern, in contrast with the fantastical exterior that looks like a manga or fantasy building. Inside there are wooden sliding doors and shutters, while the floor is covered with bamboo awning. People can reach the house by a wooden ladder and enter through a hatch on the floor. This tea treehouse represented Japan at the Venice Biennale in 2006, and it's now visible at the Kiyoharu Art Village in Nagasaki, Japan. The construction of the house is quite original and doesn't contain ordinary doors of the traditional kind. To get into the house, one has to climb up a special staircase and then use the hatch in the floor. Many experienced travelers strive to visit the museum and the charming tea house in spring, when the main ornament of the garden is the cherry blossoms. Since its opening, the Tetsu Tea House has been one of the most popular places in the city for romantic rendezvous, and is in demand among lovers and curious tourists who want to bring a variety to their recreational program. Number 3. Finca Bellavista. Colorado couple Erica and Matt Hogan bought 600 acres of wild rainforest when they went looking for a vacation home in Costa Rica. They decided to preserve the large swath of land and build Finca Bellavista on top of it. Since 2007, the couple has sold 51 parcels of land on their patch and built 25 treehouse structures, including a community center, base camp, and 5 true treehouses. It's a perpetual work in progress that others can add to if they have the cash. Once homeowners buy their plots, typically between 1/2 and 4 acres, the real work begins. Matt heads up the Finca's construction management entity, which works step by step with prospective homeowners. Each house takes anywhere from a few months to a year to complete, as one of the rules is to build around nature, as not to harm the building site. That's why homeowners have 2 options. Houses must be either supported by trees or on stilts, and most houses are a combination of both building strategies. Number 2. Nanshan Treehouse Resort. On the island of Hainan in the South China Sea, the Nanshan Treehouse Resort features 3 large treehouses that can house up to 20 people. The resort's also near a Buddhist theme park with a number of pagodas and temples. Situated by miles of pristine coastline, these treehouses are shaped like birds' nests and located high up in very old tamarind trees. The largest of the houses can accommodate up to 20 people on 3 levels, and most are accessible by a suspension bridge. Apart from the sparkling tropical sea, the houses are next to a 5,000-acre Buddhist ecological theme park, where traditional pagodas and temples are preserved. in the manner of a 19th century butterfly collection. Number 1. Hapuku Lodge and Treehouses. Hapuku Lodge and Treehouses is a contemporary country hotel located on a deer breeding farm in the South Island of New Zealand, 12 kilometers north of the renowned eco-marine town of Kaikoura. It sits snugly at the base of the Kaikoura Seaward mountain range, with the Kaikoura coast and famed Magamaunu Bay only a kilometer to the east. The lodge provides luxurious accommodation on Kaikoura's rugged coastline, a place for guests to relax in its intimate indoor-outdoor setting, and a place from which they can explore the larger maritime landscape of Kaikoura. The lodge's 5 tree houses are unique, nested 10 meters or more above the ground in the canopy of a native kanuka grove. The lodge uses solar power, sources its food from local farmers, rangers and fishermen with sustainable practices, and has an ongoing campaign to restore the natural habitat. 1,400 new native trees have been planted on the grounds to date. Watch our binge-watching playlist if you'd like to watch all of our most popular top 15 videos. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and get ready to binge.